Hey guys, this is House Ramirez. You already know we're doing it big here in Atlanta. We love to interview and speak to young, successful entrepreneurs, and we love getting in the kitchen as well. So today we have Manthel and Paul. So you guys, I'm so excited that you're in House of Ramirez. Paul, I'm gonna go ahead and start asking you a few questions. Manthel, go ahead and fill us in with your side of the story as well. But Paul, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your upbringing? Where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Fort Jackson, South Carolina, but I was kind of raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina, 910 to 26. Yeah, so I'm an Army brat. Uh, been moving around most of my life, but when we got to Fayetteville, kind of settled down, and that's where I, basically just started putting my roots at.
I know that's right. And then you also went to Fayetteville University, correct?
Oh, that'd be Fayetteville State University. Yeah,
Oh.
definitely, definitely. Uh, the Broncos all day.
Hmm.
Murchison Road, 1200 Murchison Road.
Yeah, you have to represent. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then Manthel, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, New Jerusalem, in the house. So yeah, and then we moved down to Fayetteville, North Carolina. So that's where I was raised at, and that's where I met Paul at as well. So we grew up together, next door
That's
neighbors.
beautiful. That's beautiful. It's family. Cool, cool. So I have a question for you, Paul. How did Tar Heel Smokehouse Barbecue start? What cooked up the dream?
We was um, we actually thought about trying to get like a little restaurant, way back, and nothing ever materialized. So, for some reason, a grill popped up, and I started thinking about cooking, and I'm like, man, that'd be a good way, to kind of jump some stuff off, because well, around Fayetteville, they don't really have places like that. But here in Atlanta, they have like small mom and pops. So, I reached out to my brother, and I was like, yo, I got this idea of, trying to set up a little spot where we can, get a little grill, like a little food truck. That's where we were mainly at. So that's the main thought, that we was gonna get like a little food truck just to jump it off. So I started talking to him about it. So once he got on board, I was like, all right, bet. Because I'm like, man, always wanted to then create some kind of business with my brother and stuff. So glad he jumped on board and was like, all right, cool, green light.
Definitely. And to have partners in crime,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
most
have
definitely.
somebody that sees the vision. And I tell people that all the time. A lot of people have sight, so they just see what they see here up tangible, up close in person. But you have to be around collectives that have that vision, and then you can go further. So it's very important that we link up with like-minded individuals. You are who you are around with. So that's pretty cool. And then the fact that you had that drive, that dream, and you brought it to your brother, and your brother's here to support, like that's what's key. So
Yeah.
Manthel, can you tell me a little bit about Smokehouse Barbecue, and how you feel it came about, coming from your perspective?
Sure. Like from my perspective, definitely my brother, he had the idea. He's been cooking definitely back in the day from college and things of that nature. We both have. We always cook. So when he brought it to me, it was something that I had to think about for a little while. And then we started doing like some small events, little pop up here and there. After we had got the grill, and the feedback that we got based off of the food, and of course the sauce really was the key to make us start thinking about some different events, and how we can grow the business.
Exactly. Yeah. So you went with the plan, and both of you guys are just making it expand, because touching on sauces, Paul, and Manthil. There's two sauces that y'all have right now. Paul, can you tell us about one?
Yeah. So one, the original one is called the Uncle Junior smoked sauce. We didn't label it as a barbecue sauce because we wanted to kind of be able to hit every levels and not just classify it as one. It's a sweet and spicy sauce. We actually have it bottled, so it's already ready to go. It's already FDA approved. It's 10 calories. It's gluten free. It's a pretty good sauce. The feedback we got, it's been pretty amazing. Um, I came up with the idea because, I was like, man, I want to use my own stuff, going to cooking and stuff like that. Because once we started the business, I kind of started like, well, let's go ahead and do some competitions and stuff like that. So, with doing the competitions, being around other cooks, they making their own sauce and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, let me jump in the kitchen and try to do my thing. So once I did it and came up with that recipe that everybody was on, finally got it to the point where, all right, let's go ahead and try to get it bottled. So once we got it bottled, it kind of took off from there. So that's like the original one right there, the
Yeah,
Uncle
yeah.
Junior smoke sauce.
Hey. Yeah, and I had the honor of tasting the sauces. Man, I can honestly tell you that can be put on anything. But the fact that you made something of your own, that's what makes it unique. You have to have your own kick, your own spin to what you're doing, whatever that may be. And right now it's about sauces. You don't want to, like you said, label it a barbecue sauce because you want to open that door to opportunity to other people to taking that journey on their taste buds.
Yeah,
But
most definitely.
Manthil, yeah, yeah. Manthil, can you tell me about the other Uncle Junior's sauce?
What we did was from the feedback that we got at most of the events and things of that nature, people really like the sauce. But because the sauce, when you first taste it, you taste the sweet and then you get the spicy. Some people was asking, "Hey, do you have one without the spice?" And we had to keep pushing Paul to make the one without the spice, and then we finally made it, and we came up with the name, the Carolina honey sauce. So that's the next one. It's been a crowd favorite for the last couple of events.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you're pushing to to satisfy everybody's taste buds, that's
Mm-hmm.
really key. The spicy one is actually not that spicy. It's just moderate to the point where it
Yeah.
gives you a flavor. It's not overbearing. So I will say that for the audience, it's not. I'm Mexican and I know spicy. That sauce is not spicy. It's not tongue torch. It's not burning. It just gives you flavor. It has a very light and subtle hint of kick. But yeah, the fact that Manthil, you wanted to push for something for everyone, that's what's important. We have to include everybody, especially nowadays, especially if you have a bomb ass product, you have to be able to share that with everyone. So yeah, thank you both. Thank you. So Paul, so can you tell me what sets each sauce apart from one another?
Well, basically, I would say the flavoring. Like we stated earlier, one has like a little hit of the kick, which is kind of how I wanted it developed. So you'll taste the sweet, and then in the back end of it, you'll feel a little kick to it, but it's not overpowering like you stated because you already tried it. So then the other one is more like a sweet honey based well, we'll say Carolina. So, we're like, all right, cool. We're gonna make it a sweet honey type of feel. So, it's more, it's a apple cider vinegar because it's a Carolina based sauce. So, threw in, some extra honey and some more, different ingredients, and that basically is a difference. One doesn't have a kick to it, but it has that still strong taste of flavor that you know, make your meals explode.
Exactly. And I had the honor again to try the meal, and bruh, I didn't want to leave. Like, hold up, what? No. But you know, I wish that people could actually just understand what we're talking about here. This is not your regular sauce that you buy, you know, and you're just like, oh, you have it on the shelf. I bought it to try it. No, this is a bottle that you're gonna buy and you're gonna expect to buy more often of, because it's that delicious, it's that bomb.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, man, Theo, so what are your favorite dishes to try the sauces on?
It just depends. I mean, because like we said, it's not really a barbecue sauce. It's more like sauce that you can put anything on. So depends if you want the spicy, you want a little kick, and you want to, you know, it's good on shrimp, it's good on seafood, it's good on, of course, the ribs, anything, the chicken that we cook. You know, we smoke out the chicken, we smoke out ribs. So anything that you really don't mind putting some sauce on, we think the sweet and spicy is probably the best one to try it. If you want something a little bit different, you could definitely try the Carolina honey. But we
Mhm.
recommend trying, you know, any types of meats or any other products that you might want.
Yeah, nice, nice. What about you, Paul? What dishes do you think that for you are your favorite to put your sauces on?
Well, you know, I like to put it on, you know, my steak. You know, like the little light glaze on my steak, or you know, maybe some beef ribs. But I definitely have known people to use it on, you know, different type of vegetables or different type of seafood. You know, because it covers that much of a taste, so it's not really a barbecue sauce. But
So
yeah,
pretty much
definitely.
put it on anything.
Yeah. Hey, I also use it. It's one of my ingredients when I use my baked beans. So you know
Mm.
that's a whole different flavor.
That's a whole different story too, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
I was over there tasting the beans. I was like, oh my God, it definitely gives it a different experience. You know, we've all had baked beans, but you've never had any good baked beans until you add Uncle Junior's to it. And that's truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, most def. So I want to ask you, can we expect any new sauces soon, Paul?
Yeah. Yeah. So right now we also have in develop, you know, a Hennessy sauce, Jack Daniels honey sauce, a white Hennessy sauce. Um, we're working on another one that we're just keeping it on the low right now. So we're, you know, but we do have, you know, different sauces in the works,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
especially sauces at that.
I love it. So, Manthil, you briefly spoke on the pop-up shops that Tar Heel Barbecue Smokehouse has actually had and continues to have. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we just recently had another pop-up shop that was another successful one. Back home, we went to Fayetteville, North Carolina, and did one, and still got a lot of great feedback from that one. We're coming up. We have the Atlanta Wing Expo coming up that we're going to be in, and on top of that, we have another one, and that we're going back to Fayetteville as well. So we're open to any other pop-ups opportunities in the Atlanta area, or like we said, we do go on the road a little bit as well. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely anything that's out there that, you know, competitions or expos that we can pull up and fire the grill up. We don't mind smoking early or late at night. So just let us
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah. And you know, your team actually has that drive to, you know, take it to the next level. And that's what we need to pay attention to. Not only have quality products like yourself, but always looking for an opportunity to level up to the next level, you know, come up a level. You can't stay stagnant when it comes to your own business, you know, and the fact that teamwork is what's really putting everything together with this bomb ass variety of products. That's what's key. You got to know your tribe and know what your goals are and set them high, you know, and you're definitely doing that, guys. Very proud of you guys. So I'm going to ask you, Manthil, what pieces of advice do you have for our young, successful entrepreneurs?
The advice that I would give them is to actually find their niche, find exactly what they're good in, whatever category that might be, and do the research that's necessary for them to grow in that field. And don't hesitate to reach out to some people that's already been through what they're trying to go through, and just network, find the right people that's not going to take advantage of them, and then just put their all into it, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. Networking is my thing. Like Paul already knows. I could talk for days. But Paul, what pieces of advice do you have for a young up and coming entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of what my brother said. You know, definitely find your niche because, you know, I was always told that if you can do something, you know, for free and you love it, you know, when you start charging, you know, it's not like a job. So, you know, I basically was like, yo, find your niche, you know, find something that you really love to do, and then find you a good mentor that's going to steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm all about that. A lot of people don't know, but I'm always behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm up in the camera most of the times, but I'm always behind the scenes working. And you know, you have to really love what you do. Understand what that niche is that you're good at. What is your purpose in life that you were brought on this earth to fulfill? And when you find that out, sometimes, most times, I'm not gonna lie, you're doing things off of love, you know. So and it brings purpose to you. It fuels your fire, and that's something that's very important to know. And then refine it, you know, and find a tribe that's allowing you to take it to different levels. So you guys are doing great. I'm very proud of both of you guys. You know, House of Ramirez is very big on shout outs. So Paul, are there any shout outs that you'd like to make?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Fellow State University, Broncos, and Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and all my friends and family.
Nice, nice. I love it. I love it. You know, it's very important that we understand that, you know, not everybody has their family in their corner. I'm blessed to actually have my family in my corner, and you do too, you know. And a lot of people don't have that. And it's okay. But when you do have that, acknowledge it. And then shout out to all the Qs out there. So man, Theo, are there any shout outs that you'd like to make today? Because I'm big on that.
Well, great. So yes, definitely shout out to everybody back home in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Um, Definitely to I didn't mention it earlier, but I went to a HBCU as well, Winston-Salem State University. So Rams in the house, and of course everybody back in Brick City, New Jersey. Salute to everybody back home.
Yes, yes, definitely have to represent. So I want to thank both of you guys for actually making the time to sit down with me, being on my show. You know, I love talking to a bunch of successful entrepreneurs. Let me make that clear, successful entrepreneurs. And you guys are definitely that. Don't stop what you're doing. Keep up the great work. And until y'all roll out with a new product, y'all go ahead, let me know. We'll bring you back onto the show.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll talk to y'all later.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
Guys. Make sure to follow House of Ramirez on all social media platforms.